Big Blue Nation, what's going on, baby? This is the Loyal BBN fan, and I'm coming off a great weekend, mostly because our Wildcats grinded out a gritty game against Mississippi State, pulling away 71-67, and I was really happy because this right here was another one of those games where you know it's going to happen in March. You know this is what people are going to bring. And for us to be up by 17 at one point, maybe 18, and then let them come all the way back and scare us the way they wanted to, this could have been a team that once again could have said, well, you know what, we don't win 9 straight. If we lose this one, we won't have too much to hold our heads down with. But this is a different ball club. And this ball club said, we're not losing. We know we let these guys back in the ball game. We know we let these guys get within 2 points of tying it up from us. But they put the wheel down. They said, we are not losing this ball game. They didn't play to lose. They played to win the ball game. And to me, that showed so much character about what our team does night in and night out. And now, Mississippi State was in that ball game. Mississippi State, they came back, and the crowd got in it, and it was just like, whoa, what happened? I don't think it was one Wildcat fan that was out there that was like, oh my God, are they going to come back and beat us? Are they going to hit that one shot to tie it up? But our defense prevailed. Our defense held up, and we came out just showing them who really wanted the game more. I have to say the 2 biggest plays of the game was a rebound, once again, by E.J. Montgomery. Let me talk about him for a second. If you don't know sports that well, you can't truly appreciate the type of energy that E.J. Montgomery brings. Because he brings it, people. He gets on the floor, and he might not make all the best decisions in the world, but I tell you one thing that you ain't going to have to worry about. You're not going to have to worry about whether he's bringing it or not, because he's going to bring it every single night, every time he steps on the floor. And I like that about the young guy. And his upside is so much. And I look forward to seeing him to continue to grow into the Kentucky player that we all know that he can be. But the biggest player of the game was Hero. Tyler Hero with 2 seconds on the clock. One, he just shoots it, running, swish, all nets. And you could just see the smile and the joy. It's like he got that, he reminds me of Kobe Bryant. He reminds me of Kobe Bryant for some fact is, Kobe loved when you down. He loved just putting his foot on your throat and pushing you down more. And you could see the look of Tyler Hero when he shot that ball and ran back down court like, I want everybody in this house to be quiet because as of now, this is my house. And we have to respect the guy in his game. The guy showed up and the guy played so well. You can't ask for anything better than what he gave at night. I heard someone mention about why doesn't he have the ball in his hands more towards the end of the ball game because he's such a good free throw shooter. I think he's a very good free throw shooter. That's not take away from anything from anybody else because he's a great shooter. But I think the thing that is good, first of all, our team as a whole shoots at 75%, which is really good. And another thing is, I think our players on the floor I don't think anybody is afraid to step up to the free throw and take a shot. Usually sometimes you have a guy or a coach and be like, yo, keep it out of so-and-so's hand. We don't want it in his hand. But if you look overall with our whole team, you can truly say that all of our guys can really shoot free throws. And PJ's even doing a whole lot better with his free throw. Now, let's talk about PJ. Sophomore PJ Washington is the guy who we was hoping that was coming back this year instead of going to the drive. He came back, and let me tell you, he's doing his thing, man. He is really doing his thing. Now, he did not have a double-double yesterday. I know he had like 23 points, but he didn't have a double-double. And, we definitely need him on the board to at least get 10 rebounds a game. We need that to be successful. But we'll take the efforts that he gave us yesterday. And just like the fouls that was being called yesterday, that was like, there's no reason why P.J. Washington should have fouled out of that game yesterday. But what I did like is, with P.J. emerging as this is my team, I'm the leader. This is, we go where I go. The thing I like mostly about it is when P.J. went out of the ball game, we didn't revert. We didn't look at be like, okay, who's going to lead? Who's going to lead? They all stepped up collectively and said, P.J. is gone. There's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing in the world we can do about it. So the only thing that we can really do is just put our heads together and say, we're not losing this ball game. We're going to win this ball game. And for that to happen, what more can you ask from your ball club? It was great. It was really, really, really great. And I'm excited, and I can't wait just to see where we're going. So where do we go next? We play LSU. I think those guys are they're number 3 in the SEC right behind us. But those guys are playing ball. Those guys are playing ball. And one thing I don't want people to do is I don't want to take LSU for granted. I want to treat LSU like they are playing ball this year, like they can come into Rupp Arena and beat us. We have to respect that as much as we possibly can. And as much as I know the fan base is looking forward to getting Tennessee on Saturday, please, people, do not look past LSU. LSU is a game that we can come in and that we can actually, that can actually upset us. And we don't want that. Now, I was afraid of, since we played South Carolina so well and we blew them out, I was wondering what kind of relapse we would have coming into Mississippi State. But we didn't have any. We started out the game hot, and I like that. So now it gives me a little bit more confidence that our guys are saying, okay, you know what? We won the game. Let's enjoy it, and then let's get back to work. And I think that process that Cal has instilled in those guys are allowing those guys to say, okay, that game is gone. There's no more Mississippi State unless we see them in the playoffs. That's it. So that game is done. Let's move forward, and let's focus our attention on playing LSU. And I like that about the guys. Those guys, they look humble, they look hungry, they dedicated, and they are brought into the process that John Calipari is trying to instill here at the University of Kentucky. And we all have to love what's going on, and we have to love what we see. This is crazy, people. This is crazy to think that we only got a handful of games left in the regular season before we start getting into tournament time. I'm excited, people. This is what we wanted. When we was seeing our guys playing in the Bahamas, we couldn't wait for the season to get here. We couldn't wait for March Madness to get here because we played so well. We took a dip beginning of the season, but now, guys, we're doing nothing but rising. We are just rising. And it's great to think back that a couple of weeks ago we was number 19 in the country, and now we're probably going to be number 4 in the country come tomorrow after the new rankings come out. How can you not appreciate that? How can you not get excited about that? We showed up to work, we took care of the business, and then we moved on. And that is just that's a compliment of what Cal is doing. Cal still is not 100% happy with what we're doing. But, Cal would take it. And Cal knows that we're moving in the right direction. And I love that about Cal's teams, because right around this time of the year, what do we start doing? Going up. We're moving, man. We're moving because, once we fell to Alabama, first we fell to Seton Hall, then we fall to Alabama. I don't really think too many people I think people start writing us off. Like, well, they ain't who we thought they was. They kind of whack. Well, they can't win a ball game. They can't go on a road and win an SEC ball game. Well, proved you guys wrong. We proved you guys really wrong, because that's what we're doing. And we're going to take care of these. We got 2 home games. 2 home games to continue to take care of business in the SEC. And I'm excited. It's a big sellout crowd for Tennessee next weekend. But hey, why not? Why wait to sell out a crowd against Tennessee when you can sell out a crowd for LSU as well? Our guys, they need support, man. What if they playing a low-tier team, a middle, or a high-tier? Fill out Rupp Arena. Fill it out, people. Because we need to go there and we need to support our guys. I mean, we go to people's home floors to pay, and it's just about sold out. Rowdy people. Why come our crowd can't help be a deciding factor on when we play teams? Rattle the teams when they come to Lexington. That's what we should do. So we definitely looking forward to this game Tuesday night against LSU. I won't lie, I am nervous because I don't want it to be a trap game. I don't want it to be a game that I'm praying that we won't be looking ahead to Tennessee and that we will continue to focus on what it is we got to do. As long as we do that, I don't see any reason why we can't send LSU back to whatever they from, the Baton Rouge State. Send them back with L. I mean, we got to show them that we're dominant. We got to show them that we're Kentucky for a reason. And you're not going to just come in our house and just beat us without our approval. So we have to will the way to win against LSU because I feel like we got it in us. We got to stick to the game plan, trust the process, and trust each other, and stay humble. And the sky is beyond. It's there for us. It's there. That's all we got to do. Is just take care of business, one game at a time. I don't like looking ahead. You know, I don't like looking ahead to other teams because when you start looking ahead to the other teams, then you're not studying and you're not respecting your opponent. Whether they got 10 wins or 40 wins, you got to respect them at all times because they could just draw up the perfect game plan to beat you on that in any given night. So we do have to focus on one game, and that game is LSU. I can't stress that enough. People will not hear me talk very much about what we're going to do in 3 weeks. I don't know what we're going to do in 3 weeks. I hope what we do in 2 days is we destroy LSU or we destroy whoever's next on our schedule. That's what I'm hoping. And I hope all you guys out there can do the same exact thing. It just makes life so much better when you can do it that way. I promise you, it really, really does. So just keep believing in the blue like we always have, and we are the Cats. So thank you guys once again for tuning in to the Loyal BBN fan. I really appreciate it. Continue to follow me here on iHeart, on iTunes, on Speaker, on Stitcher, on YouTube. Just continue to follow me, and I truly do appreciate all you guys' support. We are the Wildcats. I'm the Loyal BBN fan, and 1, 2, 3 Cats. Take it easy.